Welcome to the Laverne Church of the Brethren's weekly audio message. Here at the Laverne Church of the Brethren, we create a Christian community called by Christ to be inclusive, caring, and peace-minded. We affirm that people of any race, ethnic identity, gender identity, sexual orientation, ability, age, economic status, faith tradition, or life situation are welcome in our congregation. We believe in compassionate service, stewardship of creation, respect for diversity, and nonviolent reconciliation for differences among all people, nations, and faith traditions. We claim no creed but the New Testament as exemplified by the life of Christ. We strive to follow the way of Jesus. And through these efforts, we seek to grow ever closer to the mind and heart of God. And now let us ground ourselves as we enter into today's message. Our second scripture comes from 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10, and I'll be reading from the Amplified Translation. Just as each one of you has received a special gift, a spiritual talent, an ability graciously given by God, employ it in serving one another, as is appropriate for good stewards of God's multifaceted grace, faithfully using the diverse, varied gifts and abilities granted to Christians by God's unmerited favor.
I have this rising urge within me to say the S word. You know, the 11-letter word, stewardship? Oops, maybe I should take that back. Or maybe I should have started this way. Give me an S. Give me a T. Give me an E. And, I could go on and then ask, you put it all together, what have you got? Stewardship. You see, stewardship is a topic that receives varied responses ranging from, you should never talk about it, or how can I not talk about it? You see, I believe it's a topic worthy of our attention. When I think of stewardship, and maybe you do too, especially in the life of the church, my thought turns to budgeting. It's October. And in the life of the church, that means we find ourselves in the midst of planning a budget for a new year. So it's a topic we can't avoid. Our Stewardship and Financial Commission prepared a letter, and it's been mailed out to each of you and all those that are connected to our church. And many of you may have received it already. It's a letter that invites us to consider pledging and making a financial commitment to the church. You see, our pledges provide our Finance Commission and Church Board a plumb line by which to gauge and plan budgeting for the next year. It helps in that process immensely. In this year's letter, there was a statement that reads, budgets are more than dollars and cents. When I look at our budget and the financial statements that we receive, all I see are a bunch of numbers. And it feels overwhelming. And it makes me wonder how such a statement can be true. Our budgets are more than dollars and cents. I mean, these are numbers. But then I pause and I think about those numbers and where those dollars and cents are used. I mean, look at the property commission line item. maintenance and repairs. That's the most exciting part of the budget. Well, with that money, our facility and our campus is maintained. We can enjoy next Sunday a brunch in our fellowship hall because the roof is taken care of. The floors are clean. The building is maintained. Also in the fellowship hall during Peace Camp, that was the place where we made tie-dye t-shirts, and backpacks were stuffed and sent out to an agency in our community that provides help. But this is a space that's not just for us. Our community utilizes our fellowship hall. There's a jazzercise group that meets there regularly. A community basketball league is held in our fellowship hall and gym. In UOV's graduation, students are lined up there to march in for the baccalaureate service. So our facility benefits and serves our community. But it's more than dollars and cents. If we look at the stories and the experiences that happen there, we begin to realize the difference that our contributions make, both within this community and beyond. You see, it's not just about roof repairs and paint. It's about presence and visibility and accessibility. It's about being with others and forming relationships. I think that's one thing that our budget contributes to, in the numbers and the dollars and the cents. Now, when we adopt a budget, the ministries that we have envisioned with each line item isn't immediately, it doesn't immediately happen. It doesn't immediately come to fruition just because dollars and cents are allotted. Something more is needed. Something more is involved in that process. I mean, as you were sitting there in the pews, did you take a look at the bulletin and run across this insert? Ministry opportunities. It's a list of meaningful ways to be involved in the ministries of our church. You see, your hands and your hearts are also needed. Your talents and your time are needed as well. With this list, you're invited to consider how you can share from the core of who you are. Your special talents, your interest, those things that feed your spirit can also feed others' spirit and touch them. See, with these gifts, you're not only giving, but I believe you're receiving as well. It's a gift that comes back. I mean, just look. The ministry opportunities, involvement in worship leadership, and other things that happen. As we share with that, there's something that comes back to us. Sunday morning, we experience it. But all those things happen during the week, sometimes without our seeing it. But we're the beneficiaries of those gifts. Congregational care, spiritual formation. What interest or gift do you have you want to share with others to inspire and call out responses? Or our kitchen ministries. I mean, who doesn't like food? But we also share it, with our love loaves, with our welcome loaves, with the meals that we engage in. We serve the community as well. Take a look at that list and read between the lines and and beyond the words and letters that are on those pages. And you'll see something more. It takes a village to carry out the ministries of our church. It takes you and us working together. I'm reminded of a quote by the late Jimmy Carter, a former beloved president, who devoted his life to civic and community service. And he's credited with this quote: "I have one life and one chance to make it count for something. I'm free to choose what that something is, and the something I choose is my faith." Now, my faith goes beyond theology and religion and requires considerable work and effort. My faith demands, that feels like a bit of a strong word. Maybe we would use invites or encourages, but all the same, for Carter, my faith demands that I do whatever I can, wherever I am, whenever I can, for as long as I can, with whatever I have, to try to make a difference. To try to make a difference. Former President Carter's statement, I hear echoes of the words from the prophet Isaiah that were read earlier in our service. Learn to do good, work for justice, help the down and out, stand up for the homeless, and go to bat for the defenseless. Stewardship is about making a difference. And as I ponder the significance of the difference that our stewardship makes, I realize that there's something more. There's an aspect that lies beneath the difference. Poet Rosemary Watola Traumer describes it beautifully in her poem entitled, "In Case I Forget to Say It Enough." Here's a stanza. Thank you for the humming that rises out of the morning, as if mornings are simply reasons to hum. What a gift. This being alive, this chance to encounter the world. What a gift. This being a witness to spring. Spring in the words we have known since our births, like glory, like celebrate. See, at the heart of stewardship is a sense of celebration, of gratitude and thankfulness that we offer to the divine for those gifts that we've been given. You know, as good stewards of God's multifaceted grace, may we be faithful in how we use the diverse, varied gifts and abilities that's been granted to us by God. You know, as the statement at the top of our bulletin declares, let us come together, joining hands and hearts, and let our hands be links of chain which hold our lives together. Not a chain of bondage, but a silver cord of strength, a ribbon of love and faith and community, giving us the slack to sail the wind. I wonder, where will God's Spirit blow and flow in our lives, leading us to sail the wind in the new year? See, stewardship is more than dollars and cents. It's sailing the wind. As we consider our stewardship and the gifts that we share, let your light shine and know that it will make a difference in our lives and in the lives of our world. Let's make a difference. Let your light shine.
We're so glad that you listened to the message today. If you're looking for an open and affirming, peace-loving, and justice-seeking congregation, consider visiting us for in-person worship on Sundays at 9:30 a.m. We'd love to meet you.